Hey folks, welcome to Hate to Be Grilling. Now today we're going to stay here in the kitchen. We're going to make a cowboy cornbread casserole. It's very good, it's fairly quick, and it'll feed you for a few days. So let's get started on this. First thing we're going to do is take this deep bowl here. We're going to add 3/4 cup of milk. Alright, next we're going to add 2 eggs. Next we're going to add 2 packages of Jiffy mix. Alright, once we got those ingredients in, you just want to take a utensil. I'm using a fork, that'll be fine. But we want to stir this all in together until you're pretty well lump free on your batter here. Right, next we're going to add 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Now I'm using that same 1 cup utensil. We're going to add about, it calls for half a cup. I'm adding about 1/4 cup of these jalapeños. These are the jar jalapeños. So once we got those added in, you just kind of want to stir this around, get this nice and blended with your jalapeños and your cheddar cheese. If you want more spice, by all means go heavier on the jalapeños. Now, honestly, that was all I had left. I thought I had more, but we're gonna roll with it here. You still get good flavor from the jalapeños. But once you got to this point here, just set it to the side until we're ready for it later. I like doing all my seasonings combined and go ahead and get them mixed in together before I ever start cooking. So first we're gonna add 1 tablespoon. I'm using smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika. 1 tablespoon chili powder. 1 tablespoon ground cumin. 1 tablespoon garlic powder. Followed by about half a teaspoon of salt. We're just gonna kind of guess on that one, eyeball it. But then once you got those ingredients or those seasonings mixed or added in there, just give them a quick mix, get them nice and blended. Next, we're gonna brown us 1 pound of ground beef over a medium heat. And then once it's browned, we're gonna drain if necessary. So we just drain that out best we can. Now, I'd already off camera diced up 1 bell pepper and half of an onion. We're gonna add this into our skillet. We're gonna kind of keep stirring this around, working it around until our onions and our bell peppers start to soften up. All right, folks, so our onions and our bell peppers soften up. So now I'm gonna add in 1 can of corn. Now I did drain my corn, followed by 2 cans of navy beans. Now I tried draining them, but they don't drain very good. Followed by 1 can of diced tomatoes. Then we're gonna add our seasoning, just kind of sprinkle it all along the top here. Once we got all those ingredients added in, we're just gonna kind of work these all in together, get them nice and blended. And we're gonna keep this on that medium heat until our spices, they will get pretty fragrant. A good fragrant, don't get me wrong, but they'll become pretty fragrant and our tomatoes start to break down. All right, so our meat mixture is cooked down. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna transfer it to this 9x13 baking dish without making it too big of a mess. All right, so now that we got our meat mixture in our 9x13 baking dish, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna come over the top of that with that Jiffy mix that we made earlier. We're just gonna kind of, what I wanna do is pour this out over the top. All right, so now this is gonna go in the oven at 400 degrees, uncovered, for 25 to 30 minutes or until our cornbread is cooked through. All right, folks, so our timer just went off, pulled it out of the oven, gave it the old toothpick check, and it is clean as a whistle. So we're gonna let this cool for just a moment. All right, folks, so we're gonna service up a plate of this or a bowl of this. Look at all that goodness right there. Yummy. Oh, mama said yeah, baby. All right, folks, so this here is the bowl of the cornbread casserole. All right, folks, that is an incredible meal. The cornbread with that cheese mixed in there with it and the jalapeños tastes incredible by itself. Then you add the seasonings that we added in there, the ground beef, and then those vegetables. Tomatoes, beans, and corn. But this is a very good meal. Like I said, we'll have enough of this left over. We can need to eat this a couple days. So Y'all please give this one a try. Please let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.